Hi there, this is another unboxing by Sparky, and this time round we're doing Bret, the Hitman Hart, the Dungeon Collection. This is a DVD that's been made up pretty much by Bret himself. He's went through a lot of his old matches, his own personal collection of his own library, and picked out some of the matches that he felt were important in his career that hadn't yet made it on to any DVD or whatnot. So it's pretty much a lot of the matches are either people hadn't seen them for a long time or for the first time. Some good ones on here. There's matches with Stone Cold. There's some matches with Ric Flair. There's a match with Andre the Giant. And a good few matches in there that you definitely wouldn't have seen before. One of the matches, the match in question, I just said that Bret vs Andre the Giant took place in Milan. Whether or not that was even on the television over here, the commentary within the match itself was in Italian, so it likely says that it wasn't filmed for viewing in the US or for here in the UK. So there's a lot of good matches on there. Just open it up. Inside there we got a picture of the Hitman. And just open it up. Got a nice sleeve in there. The matches in front of the casing. List of all the matches in the back. Read them out in a minute. Just open that out. You get the disc in there. A little picture of Bret in there. And another turn it round. It's the front and the back, and the one inside with another picture of Bret. So, just going to read out some of these matches that are on it. It's too many to go through them all, but I'll read a few out. Well, first match on the card was Bret vs Hitman Hart vs the Dynamite Kid. This was in December 1978, and it took place in Stampede Wrestling. So a young Bret Hart, a young budding star, working for his Stampede Wrestling, which was his father's company. There's a few from his earlier career. And as it moves on, the next kind of big one is probably another match with the Dynamite Kid, only this time it was for the World Wrestling Federation as it was known back then. There's some great matches on here. Obviously there's some great matches on here with Mr. Perfect. There's a great match on here with Mr. It was one of the earlier matches that they'd had. And apparently after watching the DVD we find out that they'd had their first match beforehand, the night before they had this match, and they basically had a stinker. Everyone thought, this will be a great match. Bret Hart, Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, such good technical wrestlers, this is going to be a really good match, and it just stunk the house out. Wasn't very good at all. But then they went in the next night and said, well, we're going to do a better job. Pretty much done the same match that they planned out. Very few changes, and it tore the house down. It was unbelievable how good the match was. And this is an earlier Bret Hart. To give you an idea how early it was, he's still wearing just the plain black tights with the pink up the middle, and then on his little pink shirt he's just got a little heart down at the bottom. We haven't got the skull with the wings on it or anything yet at this point, which is a far more cool looking ring gear. But he was still pretty much using his Hart Foundation gear at this point. So some of the other matches, there's one of his matches that he had after WrestleMania with Owen Hart was on here. Took place just before WrestleMania 11. It was a great match, and another match with Stone Cold. Same again, it took place after the first encounter, the first main encounter. I believe this was before WrestleMania though, or was it WrestleMania? Or was it the Survivor Series? I can't quite remember when Stone Cold passed out with a pain to a sharpshooter and the match was called. And there's also a good match on here with Booker T. It's a shame that he didn't work with Booker T more often in WCW. He only had a couple of matches with the guy, but you could see that there was chemistry there and they could have really did something special. WCW decided not to approach that at that particular time. That's some of the matches that were on it. I know we'll review it. It's a very, very good DVD. It gives you more of an idea than the original Bret Hart DVD of how he developed, how the wrestling bit. It gives you actually more of an idea of how the wrestling business changed. He had some matches with guys that, let's say, Ric Flair. I'm a big fan of Ric Flair. I love Ric Flair. Idolise the guy. But if you actually watch his matches from his earlier career to up until he retired, obviously he got older and he couldn't do as much, but he was pretty much still doing the same things that he was doing then. Even as he got older, he wasn't doing a lot of really athletic type manoeuvres that he just wasn't going to be able to do when he was younger. He didn't perform a lot of suplexes and doing Germans and things like that. But you got a chance, but you do get the chance to see from guys like that how the new generation of being Bret's generation, Bret, Owen, British Bulldog, some other guys in there as well, that wrestling was changing and guys going to want to go out and do the same things over and over and over again. You had to constantly update your style and change it and modify it, keeping the essence of what your style was, but adding to your game and making it different to try and make yourself the better competitor, to have the best matches. So, not too much more to say about it. It pretty much sells itself. The DVD, Bret the Hitman Hart. One of the, in my mind, when it comes to being a technical wrestler and having the best matches, he is the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. I don't think that's just a catchphrase. And it obviously started off as a catchphrase, but as time surpassed, I think we can safely say that when it comes to in-ring ability in matches and good wrestling matches, as pure wrestling, he's the best there is. Maybe only one other man, but from in-ring performance standard, not facing on just pure wrestling, would be Shawn Michaels. But Shawn Michaels is obviously a completely different style of wrestler. Like to use a lot of high risk manoeuvres and flying off the top turnbuckle and stuff like that. So he's a completely different style. But for pure wrestler, yeah, I think Bret would be number one in my eyes. So I suggest that you get yourself this DVD if you don't already own it. And look out for the Bret the Hitman Hart DVD as well. And also there is also a Heart and Soul DVD, which is about the Hart family in general. Standing from their father, Owen, British Bulldog, Jim the Anvil, all through all that stuff. So I suggest you get yourself those 3 DVDs. And that's all from me right now. We'll see. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe. And please feel free to leave any comments how to make the videos better. Not been doing it, as I've said in previous videos, I've not been doing it long, so any help I can get to make the videos better would be ideal. So thanks very much, and we'll see you all next time.